Hello and thank you for coming to my channel. This is Rick's Garage, and today we're going to do a continuation of iXO Collections, the Willys Jeep, Pack 14, stages 66 to 70. Now I've put a link in the descriptions and a QR code on screen that will take you right over to iXO Collections if you'd like to get this for yourself. And with all that being said, let's get on to stage 66. Okay, in stage 66, put that over there for a moment, we're going to be working on the radio. And these are all plastic, and there is a left side and a right side to this. This is the left side, looking like that, and this is the right side, looking like that. What we're going to do is we're going to start on the left side. And we're going to take these clips, which are plastic, and we're going to take this longer lug, and we're going to put it into the hole right here, and the other lug is going to go into there. And we're going to do that for these three areas. Okay, when they're installed, they look just like that. They are push to fit, and they hold in very tight, so there's no need to glue those in. Now we're going to do the same thing on the other side. And that's how those look when those are on the right side, and again on the left side. And that's all there is to do in that stage. Okay, in stage 67 we have more parts for the radio. Okay, in this stage we have the control front panel looking like that with our decals already applied for us. And then we have these four little tiny bits that need to go onto the control panel. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to take these three right here, and these are switches. And I'll bring them up a little bit closer so you can see them. And that's the switch. And right back there is the lug that's going to go into the three holes over here. So let me get those in. So that's how I got mine in. Now they are a push to fit. They are very, very tiny. You are going to need a magnifying glass to help you get those in. I would not use your tweezers because they will ping off, or at least they tried to ping off when I was using the tweezers. And I just kind of put them in kind of randomly in terms of how they're positioned. However they went into the holes is the way I'm going to leave them in, but that's how they look. Now in the instructions they have them all facing straight down, but I thought just from a cosmetic look, it makes it a little bit more interesting if they're in different positions. But you can turn them if you want. You don't have to glue them in if you don't want to. If you do want to glue them in, you can put a little bit of glue on the back side. Okay, now we're going to install this switch right here, which is another tiny part. And we're going to put that into this hole right here. Correction, you want to put it into the hole that's over here. So that's how that looks. Again, it's a push to fit. It fits very, very tight and snug. You don't need any glue. Okay, next you want to take the cable assembly, looking like this. And you'll notice it has a little bit of a tapered end over here, and not so much of a tapered end over here. So you want to take this end here, as it is in the pictures, and you want to put it into that hole right there. And then the other end of that cable is going to go into that hole. So we're going to kind of like put it in like this. Over here, and then the other side over there. Looking just like that. Okay, next we bring over our radio assembly box that we've been working on. You will put it in this way around with the two lugs down there. And these two lug holes or screw holes right here, we're going to slip this in just like this over those two holes right down at the bottom, and we're going to secure that in with two CP screws. And once that's secured, it'll look just like that. And that's all there is to do in that stage. Okay, in stage 68 we have more parts for the radio, so let's get these parts open, or this pack open. and see what we have. Okay, the first thing we want is our base that we've been working on, and we want it this way around. Then we're going to take our handles and we're going to insert these lugs into these two holes right here. So we'll put this one in here. Again, this is just a push to fit. Goes on just like that. We'll do the same thing on the other side. Goes in there like that. Okay, next we take our box again and we turn it around this way around. And in that hole right there, we're going to put this piece, that lug, through that hole right there. And that is also a push to fit. It goes in just like that. Okay, next we take our base again, and this way around with this part here on this side, and these two holes on the same side as that part right there, and we're going to match these two screw holes on top of those two screw hole posts right there, slip that on just like that, and secure that in with two FP screws. Okay, next we're going to bring our Jeep over, and it's really heavy. Over like that. We're going to take our radio box that we've been working on, and these two screw holes on both sides are going to fit into these screw holes over here with this part facing in that direction. So it's going to go on just like that, and we're going to secure that in with 4 FP screws. And that's how that looks when that's installed. On that side there, turn the truck around, or the Jeep around this way. Just like that. That's our radio installed, and that's all there is to do in that stage. Okay, in stage 69, we have some more details for the radio, the handset, and the antenna. And it looks like also, too, we got ourselves a free screwdriver. Now, I'm not going to be using this. I've got my own screwdriver here, which is a Wear screwdriver. But it's really nice for them to give us a free one here. So put that aside and get this pack open. Okay, so the first thing we need is this part here. And then we need this part right here. And we're going to attach it. There's a screw hole here and a screw hole right there. And we're going to fix that in that position here with an LP screw. Now the LP screw is a real tiny screw, and I'll be using my PH00 screwdriver for this. And that's how that looks when that's attached. And I did have to use my magnifying glass headset for that. Okay, next we're going to take the cap, which is this part here. We're just going to fit it on top of that speaker to cover up that screw, looking just like that. Okay, now next we're going to attach this hose, or wire rather, but it's really just a hose. And we're going to attach it to the end of the microphone right here. But first we're going to insert this spring on top of this hose to act as a kink protector, I think. So let me get that on. Now that is a tight fit for the hose, but you want to get that hose all the way up as close to the handle as you possibly can, so that when you move the spring up, you want the spring to go up as close to the edge of the handle in order for it to secure itself around that lug that's inside the hose. And that's what's going to keep that spring in place. But that's what the spring looks like when it's fully installed. Okay, next we want to bring our Jeep over. And we want to put what they're calling this the antenna. We just need to take these two lugs right here and put them into these two holes right there. And looking at this carefully, I don't see that there is any other way specifically to put this in. Both ends look the same to me. So I'm just going to put that in over there and that in over there just like that. Now what I'm going to do to help form this wire the way that I want it, I'm going to insert some 24 gauge solid tin copper wire through this hose, and I'm going to put a link in the descriptions where I got this, but this is just electrical wire. You can get this at almost any hardware store, but I got this off of Amazon, and I'll put a link in the description. So I'm going to put this in the wire so I can more control how I want this to be formed when I install it onto the radio. Okay, next we're going to take the hose and we're going to attach it to this lug, which is right here. And then we're going to form the hose around this direction where the microphone is going to end up on this side over here. Okay, there is the microphone and the cable attached. I did not glue it in on this lug back here. And in fact, I haven't used glue at all on this entire assembly. I might later on. Probably I will glue in this hose that's down here on this lug on the side of the box. And I might glue in the handle as well to this bar right here. But right now it's not glued in. The wire did help to maintain the shape that I wanted and to also help to keep that hose flat against the top of the box. I had to do a lot of patience with it and bending it around the way that I wanted it so that it would lie flat the way that I wanted it to. But that's what I've got right there, and I try to match it as close to the pictures on the instructions as I could. But that's our microphone wire attached to the radio box, and that's all there is to do in that stage. Okay, in stage 70 it looks like we're going to be working on the supports that are going to make up the soft top of the Jeep. Let me get these out. Okay, now these parts are metal, and the way that they're going to go on is that you'll see that there is a screw protrusion here, or lug, on both sides on this part, and then on this one there is a slot or a slit with a screw hole on the side. The way this is going to work is we're going to slip this over that screw hole right there. We're going to do the same thing on the other side, and then once we get these attached, we're going to secure them in with 2 screws on both sides. And the screw is a very, very tiny screw, and again I am using my PH00 screwdriver. And that's how that looks once that's installed. Now I think it's supposed to be in this angle, at least that's the way it looks like in the pictures on the instructions. But that's all there is to do in that stage, and that's all there is to do in that pack. Okay, so in this pack we worked quite a lot on the radio. We got the front panel in, got some details, some dials in, secured it under the Jeep, and we got our microphone, our speaker also installed with a wire, and we started working on this frame. So it didn't seem to be a lot. It was a really, really quick pack, but it's starting to take shape a little bit more. We're starting to get to the point where this Jeep is going to be done, and we can start work on the trailer and the anti-tank gun that comes with this kit. Now I put a link in the descriptions and a QR code on screen that will take you right on over to iXO Collections if you'd like to get this for yourself. I really hope you liked this video, and if you did, please give me a thumbs up, as this does help the channel. And if you haven't already subscribed, please remember to hit that subscribe button and that bell icon, as that not only helps the channel, but it will also notify you of new videos that have been posted. Other than that, always have fun in your garage, workshop, or wherever it is you build your models. And until next time, thanks for watching.